I'm back again doing another video where I basically just add a bunch of dolls to my wish list simply because I can. And I just sit here and I talk to you about it. I do plan to speed up the actual stuff, which hopefully you're seeing that. So I'm not going to specifically mention any of the dolls that I'm showing because it might be sped up and I talk slow. I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind once I'm done, but basically I'm excited because I think we're at 2018 in this, meaning I'm adding dolls that are from 2018, which is exciting because that means I'm almost done. I think I'm using, I almost said Toy Sisters. What is this site called? I think it's just Barbie database, that's what I call it. Anyways, what I'm saying is that I think it only goes up to 2022, but I'll have to check again. So anything else from 2023 to 2025, I'll have to go to a different database, which there's a few out there. I probably won't get every single one because some of them aren't like vastly updated, but I'll definitely attempt to get dolls. But I'm not sure if there's a lot of things that are super like Barbie absorbed, especially Playline. I definitely think I could find other dolls, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to find all the Playline. And then just because I'm putting them on my list doesn't mean that I'm guaranteed getting them. There's a lot of the Dreamtopia dolls that I'm just not super invested in, and I don't know how much I need them. So eventually I'll go through and like actually look. But right now I'm just trying to add a bunch of dolls to like my actual list so that I can take a look at them. So far, I really have like not had the thoughts of like, oh, I don't need all these dolls, you know what I mean? Like, every time I do one of these, and I look through the dolls, it wasn't until getting up to kind of like the Dreamtopia line where I was like, all before I was like, if I could find these, I would attempt to get them, but now it's like, Anyways, that's kind of my thoughts that I'm having right now. Looking at all the Dreamtopia dolls, I don't know how many more stuff there is. I think I have a long ways to go. I think there's quite a few dolls still that I haven't added from 2018. But we'll check it out. We'll take a nice look. I don't have much else to say. Looking at some of these dolls, I do like the newer dolls' faces, and there are definitely some pros to the newer dolls and stuff, but I would like to agree. Some of these dolls just, I'm not saying that it started when Dreamtopia happened, but like I can definitely see some decliningness of the dolls, which is quite disappointing because I do really like Barbara. I grew up with her. I think she's neat. Anyways, I'm continuing on with a voiceover. We've got a bunch of these really colorful, fun dolls. Again, like 2018, which I think is what I'm doing right now, is a bit on the, I don't want to say boring side, but like very simplistic. I feel like eventually they get a little bit more like brightly obnoxious colors and like more fun stuff, but like definitely toned down from what we've seen, especially leaving the 2000s and stuff. Even the 2010s, some of them are really, really neat. So it is a bit disappointing, but I'm not opposed to getting these dolls, okay? Like this line, I was like, this is really cute. They're very simple dolls. I wouldn't pay too much for, but like I feel like they'd look so cute on display in like Rainbow Order. They'd look absolutely adorable. Would I pay a lot for them? No, but nonetheless, I think that they're quite cute still, and I would like to have them. They'd be really cute. I kept forgetting my place, meaning like you guys kept standing here, but I'm working on another slide, so I do apologize. There's definitely big pauses in between. I just kept getting distracted, and so eventually you'll get moved over, maybe, but probably not. We'll see if I ever figure it out. But these ones are really cute. I like this little lineup of these fun little colorful girls. There's also a lot of play sets that I did that I will eventually take a look at. This one doesn't have like play sets without dolls. Really, there were a few, but not a lot. Meaning like I want like doll houses and other stuff. Castles, like that kind of thing, and I didn't really see too many of those on here. I didn't see any of the houses, I don't think. Maybe if a doll came with it, but for the most part I didn't see that, which is a bit disappointing. So I'll have to figure out what if there's like a site that will tell me different play sets, but I also didn't see on this. I'm using like just like a Barbie database. I'll try to link it below. But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I didn't see any Barbie movie stuff on this like list. Maybe once, but barely any Barbie movie things. So no playsets, no dolls for it. I think I saw a few of the Fairytopia, but not the majority of the Fairytopia. Maybe I didn't see any Fairytopia dolls in here. And then obviously if you're looking, you notice that there aren't fashionistas. I have a whole list of fashionistas, so I did make sure that I added all the fashionistas to my list. But I have a whole separate list for fashionistas if you're curious about that. Then we're adding some more of this. I think these are the Crayola dolls, which is really fun and cute. I think they're Crayola, but don't quote me on that. What else? Do we have some camping dolls? They were very big on that. I do actually think a really cute camping setup would be absolutely adorable. We got stuck here, I can see again. That's my bad. I really was just distracted doing this, so you're going to see a pretty big jump, I feel, at some point. Sorry, I was putting my hair up, if you could hear that noise. Next, no, there's nothing. I do think the Crayola dolls are pretty cute, and I do really like the camping dolls. A lot of them are really fun. I think like the outdoors look is really cute. I actually have a tent from a different doll line. I cannot think of what it's called right now. Groovy Girls, because I thought it was so cute. So I think a little camping setup would be really cute. Get some fake trees and stuff. Yeah, just like thinking for the future, you know. No, we are really stuck. I do apologize. I really did forget to move it again. You're also going to see me put the little, if you notice that underneath all the stuff, there's like little blocks. You're going to see me put the names on them. I do use talk to text when I do it because I don't like to type it out, because that is a lot of work. So you're going to see me add those in though, and it's going to be a lot of jumping, so I apologize. Okay, here we are again. This is Skipper, Babysitter Inc. They're loading. It's gonna take a minute. I'm sorry. I fixed it, and then we're loading again. The Babysitter Inc. is really fun. I did also not add all the Chelsea dolls, because some of them are just, I don't know. We'll maybe add them eventually, but I did leave them out here just because there were so many in there. Like, I don't know. I have to really look at them. Anyways, I did add the Skipper ones because I do think that they're really cute. I have a few Skipper dolls. I would like more. The boy's fun as well. I don't know if they have names though. Anyways, next, maybe we're stuck here again. Apologies. Yeah, I think the Skipper ones are cute. I really like the first one on there. I think her top is really fun. The other ones all look like they have very similar silhouette tops. Maybe even some of the same pieces are reused, maybe if you're looking at the two skirts. But the first Skipper, her top is absolutely adorable. I think it's so fun and so cute. Yeah. I don't have anything else to say. What the heck? It's okay though. It's okay. Moving on, we have Barbie on a bike, some swim dolls, which is really cute. Sorry, I was talking about the bike dolls. I really like her outfit. She looks like a fashionista doll. The swim ones are fine. I'm not opposed to them. I have a few. Oftentimes when I pick them up, I reroute them and do like different reroutes. So that's kind of my vibe here, is that if I ever come across them, like at Goodwill bins or something, I would 100% pick them up, because I like to reroute them and make them look a little bit different and interesting, because I can use random yarns that I have. Okay, I'm adding some Japanese ones, but I do end up taking them off my list because I didn't realize that they were Japanese exclusives, and I feel like those are going to be really hard to find. Oftentimes I add Playline dolls to my list, but because I'm like, there's a big chance that a kid picked up a Playline doll, even if it goes for a lot now, there's a good chance that maybe like a kid picks it up, buys it for like, you know, childhood, and then gets rid of it when they're older, and I could thrift it. Like, that's my positive thinking there. But likely chance of finding a Japanese exclusive, or yeah, I assume they're exclusive in Japan. The Playline is slim to none, I guess. Anyways, there's a lot of bobbing up and down because this is just what happens when I do it, so I apologize if it really bothers you. But yeah, using talk to text here, because I can. I don't like typing it out. And that's what we're doing here, just adding what the name on the Barbie database that I'm using says. So a lot of them are just like Barbie furniture, Barbie this, Barbie that. Some of them are literally just Barbie because they have really simple outfits. That Ken there with that motorcycle, I think he's riding a motorcycle. Crazy. Like, Ken never gets fun at outfits. I saw a thing that was like somebody saying, what was it? Like, of course, Ken's gay. He has like a really nice closet or something like that. Or like fashion, or has better fashion than Barbie. And I know this is like, where is this going? Ken's fashion sucks. I may have seen a few that I think are good. But for the most part, Ken's fashion sucks. All the time. They either give him shorts and a t-shirt, or sometimes a suit. Like, Ken has like some of the worst fashion I've seen. And maybe it's because I'm not like a huge fan of like boy fashion. Like, some of them really like it, and I'm not opposed to having a boy doll, but Ken's fashion is crazy. It's so boring. Anyways, just a note. Anyways. More stuff. More dolls, adding their names. The beekeeper one, the playset, the I Can Be, those are so cute and so fun. And I think it would be really fun to have like the beekeeper, or like there's a barista in another one, or even the tractor Barbie. But the issue is that I don't have space, so I need to get lots of space. Lots of space. Anyways, more stuff. More Crayola. Look how cute they are. They're absolutely adorable. I really like the Crayola line. I feel like they've done more than one partner with Crayola, but I could be making that up. What else? More the camping dolls that we saw. Now we're coming back to more dolls that we've already seen. And continuing on that journey. I don't think that I have anything else to say, but this is the 2018 dolls. So Barbies that were released in 2018. I will, like I said, be going through other databases to make sure that I have the dolls, but it'll be really hard to fact check because there's no way I can remember every single one, so I will try my best. But I also have to go through and see any that were released after whatever this database doesn't have. I'll be checking on a few, and then I also want to look for playsets, specifically doll houses. Likely chance that I'll have room for all of them, unlikely. Very unlikely, but I would like to give myself the opportunity to be able to look, if that makes sense. These ones I think are all labeled Barbie. So Barbie. That's what I was doing when I was doing this. Anyways, I've talked about it before, but sometimes talk to text doesn't like my, I don't know if I should say accent, but my voice. 2-packs. When I say 2-pack, can you hear what it sounds like? I think I enunciate pretty well, but apparently my phone doesn't think so, because it sounds like exactly what I want it to say, but apparently it doesn't. Look how long that is. That's not the only word that it messes up a lot. It also messes up can. I think that I say can pretty well, but apparently it thinks I'm saying the word can, and those are two separate words. To me, it sounds like I'm saying two separate words, but apparently not to my phone. I don't think I've had any issues with any of these dolls. Dreamtopia spells out perfectly fine. Barbie spells out perfectly fine. Steven is another doll name that it doesn't like. It doesn't like the word Steven. I don't know what it even would write. I feel like Steven's a very common name. Am I saying the one doll's name right? Anyways, we got mermaids, we got fairytopia. These ones, not, you know how I was dissing fairytopia? I was like, some of these fairytopia dolls I probably won't be like actually adding to my list, but I'm just putting them here now. The fairies, mermaids, they're fine. There's just some of the princess ones that not only are they wearing like, I don't know, I don't know who I was like really irritated by, but there were a few of them that I was like, oh my god. I don't know if that, like, if I was handed it for free, if I would put it in my collection. That's so mean to say, but I'm feeling it, okay? Not all the Dreamtopia. I actually own a few. I own some of the mermaids, and some of the fairies are fine. But I think it was, like, probably just, like, the basic princess ones that really were getting me. Anyways, We're kind of like finishing it off here because we're getting to some of the more collector ones. Not fully there yet, but we are getting there. Anyways, the Swan ones, and then the Mary Poppin. The one Mary Poppin, if you're asking why she's not on here, she's really expensive online, and I try not to put super expensive dolls on my list. That one I ended up taking off because I was like, I feel like she's really expensive. So yeah, I did take her off. And then this one, I attempted to say the person's name and it did not spell it correctly. So when I do this one, I did still say the first name and it spelled it wrong, but I spelled out the second one. You might be asking why that doll, the 2-pack there, is on here, even though I'm pretty sure it retails for like $300. Not retails, goes for on eBay like secondhand. It's about $300. And the answer is because I always put those ones on there. I just think they look so good, and one day I would like to get them, not spend all my money getting them, but like I would like to have them one day. So I'm trying to think positive thoughts. But yeah, all the other ones, some of them I feel like retail for like $500, and I did put them on my list simply because I want them really badly. I've broken that rule a few times where I don't put super expensive dolls on my list, and that was one of the times. Sometimes if they retail for $1,000, I won't do it though, even if they look really cute. Anyways, I think we're at the end, so yeah.